Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a, not really a drive with me, but a Zodiac talk, I guess, in my car. I went to Plato's Closet, I dropped some clothes off, so I have some time to kill while I'm waiting for them to go through my clothes. It's really early. If you're wondering why I sound like this, I sound like I'm sick. I'm not. I just like always lose my voice in the morning for like an hour and a half. So today's video is a Zodiac video, of course. So if you're watching this, I'm assuming you love Zodiac. If you do, then if you didn't know already, I have a website called zodiachaven.com, and Zodiac Haven has a bunch of merch, like cool astrology stuff, like mugs, cups, hats. Mugs and cups are the same thing. Sweaters, everything you can think of, phone cases. It's a really cool site. I really love it. If you guys ordered, please refrain from sending an email until you read the frequently asked questions page, FAQ. That is the page. Read that page before you send me an email about questions on your shipping. People are like, it's been 3 days and I haven't received my mug. Of course not. That's not how it works over here. You pay express shipping, sure, but I don't offer express shipping because the suppliers I use charge $50 for that, and I don't think that's right. So please read that page before asking about your order. If you're interested, then you can definitely go check out Zodiac Haven. Use coupon code TheAmateurGuru for 10% off. So today's video is on zodiac signs and their insecurities. I'm not an astrologer, so this is all based off of people that I know and books that I've read, not off of facts. So if you feel like you don't fit this, whatever, then you probably don't. It's just, that's it. It's insecurities. Let's start with Gemini. Geminis are very confident people. You can see this woman's made like 5 trips behind me in and out of Plato's Closet. I feel like Geminis are a super confident sign. I always say they're unapologetically themselves. It takes a lot for them to really, be embarrassed or shy or anything. I find that Geminis can be like loners and quiet, but not necessarily shy, in my opinion. Insecurities for a Gemini usually come from feeling misunderstood, in my opinion. I know that kind of contradicts the saying of them being unapologetically themselves, but someone can be both, you know what I mean? Like, you can be very different and feel misunderstood, and as a Gemini, it's like you never want to go out of your way to explain yourself to people or, have to make people understand you. It's just kind of like a thing that you go through in your own mind, like just nobody fucking gets you. And it sucks because it's like you guys are super weird, you guys are super cool, but you constantly feel like people aren't on your level. Like, people aren't on your level of thinking, and people don't understand anything that you go through in your mind. So you kind of suffer alone sometimes because of it, because you just don't feel the need to explain yourself, which is like really unfortunate. I find that Geminis have a hard time opening up about certain things. Like, they're very open and they're very, talkative, and they like to share things with you. But when it comes down to it, there's a lot of things that a Gemini will keep from you just because they like to go through shit alone. They like to fight their own battles. And they just feel like no one can really help them because no one will really get them. And it's just kind of like a thing that they are aware of, and they wish that they were more understood, and they wish that they could help people understand them, but they just don't do it. They don't care to. They don't bother. But it is something that tends to affect the Gemini and kind of, become an insecurity for them. My voice is like slowly going as I speak. I sound so weird. Yeah, so the next sign is Cancer. Cancers are just insecure. Like, I don't even know where to start with the Cancer. Like, you guys are just fucking something else, man. I'm sorry. I hope that didn't sound mean. It probably did. I don't really care. Cancers, you guys are just, everything is rooted back to your insecurities. Like, you're just not sure of yourselves ever. Like, you never feel like you're good enough. You never feel like, it's weird because Cancers can be super cocky. A lot of the times it's a front, though. It's like a serious front. But overall, like, especially in relationships, Cancers are just they just constantly need validation. As a Cancer, you probably need people around to tell you that you're good enough, and you need that validation. And when people feed your ego, it does help, and you can get confident. I'm not saying every Cancer is insecure. A lot of Cancers base their confidence off of what people think about them. So if everybody thinks they're the shit, then it might, get to their head a little bit, and they'll be very confident. If people treat them like they're not, if people treat them like they're less than, if people, don't give them that attention and all of that, it can really affect their confidence and how they feel about themselves. Like, I feel like all their insecurities are based off of other people's opinions of them. And it's just kind of like, you know, it's something that should be worked on as a Cancer. I'm sorry that I keep jumping between like speaking about the Cancer as third person and then referring to the Cancer as you guys. You guys are probably really confused. But sorry, I'm really tired and I'm very hungry. My stomach just won't stop rumbling. That's why I look like this. Like, I'm just so distracted because I'm so hungry. Anyways, Cancer's insecurities are really, really derived from other people's opinions and thoughts. Leo, they're really confident. You guys are super, super confident. I don't give a fuck mentality. You guys are super, super confident. You guys don't really give a fuck. But I would say that an insecure Leo comes from being around people that are better than them. But the thing is, the Leo's not going to just take that and accept it. They're going to make sure that they can, you know, find a way to top this person. So to be honest, like, if the Leo feels like they're the best person in the room, which they quite often do, then they're perfectly fine. But if they feel like there's someone around them that's doing better than them and looks better than them and is better than them, then it kind of makes them feel insecure, and they kind of get into their thoughts for a while, and then eventually they're like, nah, I'm gonna be better than this person. Leos don't like to feel like they're in someone else's shadow. They like to be the light that casts the shadow over other people. They like to be just that person that, you know, is the best in the room. And I hope you guys are not getting offended, because this is the facts. Like, you guys just like to be better than people. And if you feel like someone's better than you, you feel threatened, and it makes you insecure. And obviously, like, a lot of people are like this, but Leos, it really, really hurts their ego. Like, their ego's huge. There's fluff all over my pants. My attention span. Their ego is huge. So if you taint their ego, it will really fuck with them. It'll really fuck with them. And it'll make them feel insecure, and it's something that is hard for them to control. But over time, they just decide, you know, I'm gonna find a way to be better than this person. Then they make it happen, and then someone else comes along that, you know, does the same thing, and then they're like, oh shit, I need to get my shit together. It's not like a never-ending cycle, because you're never gonna meet people that are all, you know, on your level or not as good as you. You're gonna meet people that you feel like are better than you, and it doesn't say that, you know, anybody is better than the next person, but I mean, sometimes you have a list of qualifications that are better than the other person's. Like, if I meet someone that's uneducated, unemployed, you know, unhealthy lifestyle, you know, whatever, then I'm not better than them as a person, but, you know, I'm doing a little better in life. And I don't look at that shit, but Leos do. And it is what it is. I had a Leo friend that constantly felt like, you know, like, if somebody was getting a better grade than her, she had to do better. Or if somebody had more friends than her, then she had to go meet more friends. If somebody had a boyfriend, she had to go start dating someone. If somebody could take 5 shots, she could take 8 shots. You know what I mean? Like, she just strived to be better. And that's a Leo thing. I feel like I talked about that one for too long. It was just such a common sense type of thing. Virgos. Virgos are very confident motherfuckers, but there are so many cops in the city. Virgos are very confident, but they do have their insecurities. Virgos' insecurity comes from emotions. People who can't understand their emotions, which is very interesting. Virgos are super emotional beings, in my opinion. Super emotional. But I find that most Virgos I've come across, obviously not all, there are definitely exceptions, as there are for every sign that I talk about. This guy's getting so close to my car. What the fuck you... The fuck? This man's loud. Yeah, so like, anyways, Virgos are really confident, but when they feel like they can't be understood, they get insecure about their emotions. A lot of Virgos feel like they're too emotional. A lot of them. Like, I've met so many Virgos that just want to be able to control their emotions but can't, and they beat themselves up over it. They just can't handle that they're emotional and other people are not as emotional, and they just feel like it's something that they really need to work on. And I had this friend, she was a Virgo, obviously, and she had a boyfriend, and she was the super emotional one in the relationship. He was emotional too, but she was on another level, and it constantly affected her that things were affecting her. It was like she'd be bothered by something and then bothered that she's bothered, and then it would just be a never-ending spiral of emotions. And it was just kind of like, yo, accept that you're bothered and do something about it. Stop sitting here feeling sorry for yourself because you're emotional over this. You're an emotional person, and it is what it is. You can't change that. So learn how to rule your emotions and accept and control your emotions, and do that rather than just being mad at yourself for having emotions, because you're emotional. So yeah, that's the thing about Virgos. They're very insecure about their emotions. They feel like their emotions are not validated quite often. The next sign is Libra. Okay, all right, cool. I mean, that might be a sign that I should go check on my clothing, so I'm gonna go do that, and then the angle might change. In case you didn't realize, my phone just fell. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I just got my money back from Plato's. They only took $27 worth of my stuff, which is like, I thought I had cute stuff. You know when you go to Plato's closet and like you think like, oh my god, everything is so cute, like I'm gonna come out with like $200, and then they take like nothing, and you're like, oh shit, maybe I have no style. Anyways, so after I went to Plato's, I had already placed an order for food, so I went to go pick that up. I don't look as good as I did before. I went to go to a Jamaican spot because I love my Jamaican food. And I got ackee and saltfish. So I'm gonna continue. This is gonna be like a mukbang because I don't know, man, it just is. Damn, that's all it comes with. Okay. So Libras. Oh, Libras. Oh shit, my music's on. Libras are not bad. Like, you guys are not too insecure. I've never come across a Libra that's like a super insecure one or anything like that. Like, I find that you guys are pretty confident. What I think you guys are insecure with, it's gonna sound so cliche, and I'm so sorry about it, but I'm just being honest. You guys are never sure of yourself. Like, when you are doing anything in life, like, you're never sure of yourself. If you're making the wrong decision, or if you're doing the right thing, you know what I mean? Let's say you guys want to move across the country for a great opportunity. You'll like beat yourself up over it and won't even enjoy it because you're so worried that you're making the wrong decision. You know what I mean? Like, if you're dating someone, you're constantly like, what if she's not the one for me? What if he's not the one for me? What if there's someone else out there? You can't just allow yourself to enjoy things sometimes because you're too focused on like other possible scenarios. You guys gotta relax and trust yourself. I think that's where the insecurity comes from. You don't trust yourself. Ever. And you should. You need reassurance like the Cancer, but in other ways. Like, a Libra is the kind of person that will make a decision and keep asking you what you think about it. And it's like, yo, what are you gonna do now? Undo it? You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, okay, like, chill. But other than that, I don't think there's like a main thing that makes you insecure. I hope that wasn't too broad for you, but in my opinion, that's truly what it is. And it's something that's easily worked on. It's just a matter of, do you want to work on it or not? Ooh, I know this is off topic, but this is my favorite patty brand. Tennille's, I don't know how to pronounce it. Tennille's? They're really good. I want to eat it, but this is my snack for work later. Speaking of work, I should probably start driving in like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, Scorpio. You guys are confident. Oh my god, I don't even know. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I don't script out my videos. I literally just talk. So I didn't plan this. So I'm probably going to sit here and think for about a minute and edit it out on what is Scorpios insecure about. Okay. I think I might have come up with it. I could be totally wrong on this. Like I said, I haven't had time to think about this one. But this is a common denominator between all the Scorpios I know. Is that you never feel like you're on the right path. Like, you never feel like you're on the right path. For example, you could be in college and halfway through you're just like, is this even what I want to do? And then you start overthinking everything and you don't know, and you're unsure of yourself, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm fucked. Even if you're not, you kind of overthink yourself into like these problems sometimes. And it doesn't happen with everything. Like, don't get me wrong, Scorpios are not like big, like they're not insecure people. They're very confident people. So this is not a situation where like you guys are just like, you know, unsure of yourself like other signs. This is more like you want to make sure that you do the right thing in life and you do what you want, but you never really know what you want. This guy is so sketchy. Oh my god. You know, the area I'm in is weird, man. It's a weird area. I'm in a city called Brampton, by the way. If you're from the GTA, I'm in Brampton. I don't like it here. Yeah, so Scorpios are just like, you never know what you want in life, and the thought of not being happy scares you, and you being unsure of what you're doing is what kind of makes you a little insecure. Because you overthink yourself to death and drive yourself crazy, and you make decisions that you don't know if you should be making. I hope that wasn't a bad one for Scorpio. I just feel like you guys are so confident. It's very hard for me to think of just one thing that makes you insecure. Scorpios, can you guys drop in the comments below like what you think it could be, what you're insecure about? Guys, this food is kind of making me sick because it's so oily. Sagittarius, so you guys are interesting. I never know with you guys. I feel like your insecurity comes from not feeling wanted. I think your biggest fucking fear. Not feeling wanted is such a big thing for you guys. And it like really stunts your growth. Like whether it be a romantic relationship, a friendship, your family, it'll fuck you up. And when you feel like you're not wanted, it does something to your brain. It's like you shut down and like get into depression. I've known so many Sagittarius like this. It's crazy. I just feel like you guys constantly need to feel wanted. And I hope this doesn't make me sound like I'm trying to refer to you guys as like, you know, little bitches or something. It's just like, I'm not saying that, you know, you're non-functional if you don't feel wanted. But if you're in a relationship or friendship and you feel unwanted, it'll really affect you more than it will the other person. It'll really mess with your confidence, and it will make you insecure. And it's unfortunate because you guys are really cool. But sometimes you guys don't see that. Capricorn. This is gonna sound very cliche and biased, and I know that. I know it, but it's not. Okay? Capricorns tend to hate on themselves for feeling like they're not. This is gonna sound so biased for me, like, and I just know it already. It's like if I say it, it's like, she's just saying it. But if someone else were to say it, they'd be like, yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? It's just because of what I said about Capricorns. But I find that a lot of Capricorns are very insecure about whether or not they bore people. That's weird. A Capricorn can be super fun, but low-key, they're down on themselves because they're just like, am I too conservative? Am I too like stush? Am I too boring? And it might be the Capricorns that know about signs, that know all about how people think you guys are boring and this and that, that you kind of overthink it. I don't know. But a lot of you guys overthink them when you don't need to. In my opinion, I don't find Capricorns to be the most entertaining people in the world. That's just my opinion. And that's just based off of what I'm into. My interests and personalities that I work with. Other people think you guys are fucking hilarious. I know some fun Capricorn. Okay, I knew. They constantly felt like they were bringing the mood down, or like not hype enough and not this and that. But it's like, yo, you're perfectly fine. Like, you're fine. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys are kind of too hard on yourself sometimes when it comes to that. Like, no one expects you to be jumping on tables and flailing your arms in the air and acting a fool. Like, you're fine. Stop doing too much. A lot of Capricorns are here doing too much. Aquarius. If you didn't know, that's my sign. Aquarius, we're so misunderstood. We are insecure about not a crazy amount of things, but I mean, obviously I'm not speaking just for myself because I could give you a couple things, but I'm speaking from the perspective of Aquarius as well as... Are you fucking kidding me? Obviously, I'm speaking as an Aquarius as well as what I've read on Aquarius, and I find that Aquarius kind of have that same problem that the Geminis have where they feel misunderstood, but Aquarius is for different reasons. Like, for us, it's more so like, we're so weird and our minds are so complex that we just feel like no one will really get it. Like, we just keep quiet about a lot of things, and we feel like we know too much. I know that sounds crazy, but we feel like we know too much, and we'll always just sound crazy if we just say what's on our mind at all times. Like, we're insecure about just the way that our minds are wired. Like, there's just too much going on in there. Like, there's too much. Our minds move at 100 thoughts per second, and it's like, we just feel like nobody gets it. Like, we're just constantly just like trying to be understood by people and being disappointed, and we're just kind of like, there's no point in even saying how we feel or what we're thinking or anything, because no one's gonna get it. Another thing is, like, we're so emotionally detached, and as much as, like, people, I don't know, I personally don't, but a lot of people are like, oh, I'm heartless, oh, I'm cold, oh, I'm this, I'm that, as if it's, like, cool and funny and trendy, and I personally don't like it. I'm very insecure about that, like, about how emotionally detached I can be. Sometimes I beat myself up over just being an asshole when I don't realize that I'm being an asshole. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are so caring and loving and this and that, and I can be too, for sure, but from my own experience, I tend to react to things differently than an emotional person would, and it makes me seem like I don't care about things, and that I'm ungrateful, and that I'm, just detached, and it's just like, I'm not. I just don't know how to show things, and I think that's something that a lot of Aquarius need to work on, that we just don't know how to express ourselves. We have so many thoughts and emotions that it's really hard for us to express ourselves, and it really sucks. That's Aquarius for you. Okay, so I think I gotta start driving while I'm talking. So moving on to, where was I? I think I was on Pisces. So Pisces, oh my god, they have that similar thing where they feel that people cannot understand their emotions, which is funny because that's what I said about Virgo, which is the Pisces opposite sign. But I feel like Pisces is just so insecure about how they're feeling and why they're feeling it, and people will never understand them. Like, they constantly feel like people just don't get them, and it's all in their head. Like, Pisces are just like, they're emotional, and something else that it causes is every Pisces I know pretty much has felt like they're not good enough. They just feel like they're not good enough. Like, they can be really insecure, and they come across as very confident. You guys feel like you're not good enough. Like, you'll be in a relationship and you'll be like happy with the person, but inside you're just kind of like, do I deserve this person, and this and that, and like, you're emotional. Like, you're just really emotional, and it's like you feel like everyone in this world is so good and so pure, and that you're not sometimes. Like, the thing is that Pisces has a very dark mind. If you guys did not know, now you know. You guys are dark, okay? Dark. And I feel like you just see the good in other people, but you have a hard time seeing the good in yourself. So you go on like a whirlwind of just dark thoughts about you, yourself, and your mind, and your thought process, and everything. And it just kind of really gets to you for no reason, because I don't know, it just gets to you. Sometimes you get into like a place where you just don't think that you're good enough for, the people around you. But then there's other times where you feel like you're too good to them. Not necessarily too good for them, but a lot of times you feel like you're too good to people. And that's another thing that makes you insecure, that you're just kind of like, oh, this is the street that I'm turning on. They're just kind of like, does this person even deserve it? The angle has changed again because my phone is giving me so much fucking drama with the battery. It's starting to drive me crazy. But anyways, you guys are just like fucking just chill the fuck out and stop doing too much, and stop getting mad at yourself for doing too much. Own it. If you're gonna do too much, own it. Aries are just kind of like possessive in general. So their insecurities a lot of the times come from feeling like they're like losing someone, or feeling like the focus is not on them anymore, they like the attention. They like the attention from a lot of different people. They just really like attention. And I find that when they don't have the attention from the people that are important, they get very, like, they catch feelings over it. They get kind of insecure about it. They like to feel like they're the focus of everything. Okay, I gotta make this fast because my phone keeps running out of storage. But basically, the Aries just likes the attention to be on them, and if the attention is not... I'm so sorry, but I really gotta wrap this video up. Taurus, honestly, they're very possessive as well. They're very insecure in the relationships. That's one of the main things that they get super insecure about. A huge thing for them is that they always feel like they are just too good to others, and they beat themselves up over it. They just hate how caring and giving they are with people. They feel like nobody deserves it, but they keep doing it. And it's a never-ending thing that they go on in their mind, where it's like, why am I doing this? This person doesn't deserve it. I do too much. I'm too nice. I'm too this. I'm too that. But it's like they don't change it. They just get mad at themselves because they're too fucking kind. And I never get it, because it's like, yo, stop doing the most. Like, it's really extra. And I'm sorry that sounds so harsh, but like, I just know a lot of Taurus are like this, and they just feel like they're just so... they're also very sensitive. They take things personally a lot. Like, and then they get mad at themselves for taking things personally. It's just... Taurus are a very tricky sign. You have to be very patient to be with a Taurus, but mind you, Taurus are very patient, so it goes both ways at least. But yeah, so I'm sorry that the last few signs were rushed. I apologize. I feel very terrible about it, but my story just fucked up. It keeps cutting me off, and I'm just angry about it. So yeah, you guys don't see that part because I edited it out, but I've been through a lot filming this video. I'm so sorry that it's cut off. More Zodiac videos coming very, very soon. Keep in mind, Zodiac Haven, if you are a subscriber, you get a coupon code on Zodiac Haven. You can use code the Amateur Guru for 10% off. I'm going to put it in the description box if you want to get some Zodiac merch. Other than that, I'm in the Starbucks drive-thru. I'm going to start work in 9 minutes, so hopefully I can make it. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.